Hello, my name is Natasha Ellis and I'm a student here at Cal State LA. This video will provide information about the recruitment of research subjects, which is described in more detail in Chapter 3, Sections 3.3 and 3.4 of the IRB Application Guidelines. The IRB will review the descriptions you provide about the types of subjects you plan to recruit, as well as how you plan to recruit them.
First, you must describe the group of subjects, type of population, how many subjects are planned for recruitment, gender, age range, and so on. You must provide additional information to justify the inclusion of special populations or vulnerable subjects, such as children, pregnant women, prisoners, physically or cognitively challenged, economic or socially disadvantaged, or subordinate individuals, for example, students and employees. And you must describe additional safeguards to protect subjects who are likely to be vulnerable to coercion or undue influence to participate in your study. You must describe the criteria by which subjects will be selected. Describe how any inclusion or exclusion criteria will be assessed and by whom. You may want to screen individuals before they are formally enrolled in the study to determine whether they meet the basic study selection criteria. If a screening procedure will be used, you need to include information on how screening will take place, for example, interview, survey, or records review, or how data collected during the screening will be handled if the person is found to be ineligible. The aim is to protect confidentiality and to ensure that a prospective subject is given informed consent before disclosing private information. You must include information regarding the location or locations from which subjects will be recruited, for example, schools, university campuses, fitness facilities, hospitals, government agencies, nonprofit organizations, places of business, places of worship, public streets, or parks. If the location is not a public street or park, a letter of permission from an authorized official at each location on the organization's official letterhead should be attached to your application. You must describe how and by whom potential subjects will be identified and recruited. If records are accessed to identify potential subjects, they should be accessed only by those authorized to view the records and with consent from the individuals affected. It is recommended that information about the study be provided to prospective subjects in the form of a flyer or announcement that allows for the prospective subjects to contact the researcher if they are interested in the study. Templates for materials intended for use in recruitment, including advertisements, emails, brochures, internet postings, and text messaging, must be submitted with your application. They will be reviewed for content, language, and design, and to ensure that the information and procedures are not coercive and do not state or imply an outcome or other benefit beyond what is outlined in the application. To encourage participation, an incentive may be offered, but it should be reasonable compared to the burden or inconvenience incurred by subjects. The amount and type of incentive should not coerce or unduly influence the prospective subject into participating, and the incentive should not be contingent on study completion. References to incentives in the recruitment materials may include that subjects will be paid, but should not emphasize the payment or the amount to be paid.
The next video will discuss the informed consent process once a prospective subject has been recruited. Other videos on the Office of Research Development Research with Human Subjects webpage contain information about different topics related to your IRB application. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. Be sure to review the remaining 3 videos as well. The information is indispensable and will help make the process less daunting for you.